Good morning. Welcome into Monday Mornings with Murph. Hope you've had a great week, and I've had a good week. It was a trying week. Got shots in my eyes last week and had trouble seeing, so it was an interesting week stumbling around not seeing much. But when you can't see physically, a lot of times the Lord will help you see things spiritually. And so it was a good week of prayer and listening to some good things, and so I hope you had a great week as we get ready to get into the Christmas time now. We're done with Thanksgiving, and in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and everybody is anticipating the Christmas holiday coming up. But sometimes during this time of year, especially for people who are dealing with loss and different things at this time of the year, life can be a challenge. And so we're going to talk about something this morning. We're going to be in the book of James today. The book of James, written by a pastor of the early church. He's writing it to the churches in his care, and he knows that churches are not places where perfect people are. Churches are where imperfect people are, but they're there because they love God and because they want to know the truth and they want the truth to work in their life. And they are not perfect in any means, so he's writing to them to give them some practical knowledge on how to deal with some things in their life. If you ever want to see a biblical perspective on how to deal with things in life, read the book of James, and it is a very worthwhile study. But we're going to be in the book of James this morning. I'm going to be reading in the Passion Translation this morning. We're going to start in James 1:2, and basically he's talking to the church. He says, "My fellow believers, when it seems as though you're facing nothing but difficulties." Have you ever had that, where it seems like you're facing nothing but difficulties? I have. And, it's not a good feeling. But sometimes you're at that place where, the old hee-haw years ago, the song was, "If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all." And maybe that's how you're feeling, All I'm facing is difficulties. So he says, if it seems like all you're facing is difficulties, see it as an invaluable opportunity to experience the greatest joy that you can. For you know that when your faith is tested, it stirs up power within you to endure all things. And then, as your endurance grows even stronger, it will release perfection into every part of your being until there is nothing missing and nothing lacking. So he's basically saying that let patience have her perfect work in you. Let patience work in you. Let it be an opportunity to have the greatest joy you could have when you're facing difficulties. And then he goes on to say, maybe you've been in these difficulties. You've been questioning, what should I do? Where do I go? What is my next move? What should I be doing? And he says right here in verse 5, and if anyone longs to be wise, let him ask God for wisdom, and he will give it. And he won't use the lack of wisdom that you have as an opportunity to scold you over your failures. Isn't that awesome? He won't, when you ask for wisdom, he won't scold you or make fun of you or say, well, duh. He doesn't do that. When you ask for wisdom, he gives it. And it says, he won't use your lack of wisdom as an opportunity to scold you over failures, but he will overwhelm your failures with his generous grace. Isn't that a mighty statement? He will overwhelm your failures with his tremendous grace. Wow. Something to think about today. I hope you have a great week. Of course, you know you can always call me. I've had several people with prayer requests this week, and it's been wonderful to pray with them. 970-466-4663. Drop me a text. Or you can always get a hold of me, michael@problemsolvergroup.com. Until next week, you have a blessed week. And don't forget that God is for you. Who can be against you? Amen? Have a great day.